Sawasdee krub. Good afternoon once again. This is the English language summary for the daily press briefing of the Center for COVID Situation Administration, or CCSA, and today is Friday, May the 15th, 2020. So greetings again to all the English language viewers, English language audience, both in Thailand and those viewing the broadcast from around the world, including on social media pages as well. So for today, it's Friday, it's the end of the work week, and we have a substantial amount of information to share to our viewers because today we had the CCSA meeting wherein the Prime Minister was the chair of the meeting. Of course, the gist of the meeting is about the second phase, the transition. We're transitioning, moving towards the second phase as well. So the second phase actually will begin on the 17th of May, which is this Sunday. And very important points in the meeting, which I'll summarize, involves the further relaxation of businesses in various business clusters in the green group, which we call the green group in the second phase, as well as the adjustment of the curfew hours, which will be adjusted to become 11 p.m. until 4 a.m. in the morning, or 2300 hours to 0400 hours. So for the gist of the meeting, CCSA meeting today, the Prime Minister began with thanking the involved officials for their hard work, for their sacrifice. This period has seen various improvements. He also commended the integrated manner of coordination and cooperation among various agencies. The awareness raising, the public relations part of it was satisfactory and critical to the success of public understanding. And this continues to be very important in the second phase. The second phase will be important for the new normal as well. The new normal will be cemented during this phase. It will also reflect Thailand's long-held principle of sufficiency economy. The Prime Minister asked for cooperation from media as well to convey the correct information, accurate information, because we have been working to create the same understanding among the general public. So we are all in this and working together. On the issue of the relaxation of measures, the CCSA is assessing the various factors that will lead to further relaxation based on the most important priority, which is the health consideration and livelihood. The meeting also talked about the Thai Chana application, which we presented to you yesterday with the aim of protecting lives and maintaining health. In many countries, the applications are being used, and we have to bring confidence to the public on the various measures through applications like these. Of course, we mentioned yesterday the Thai Chana application is being rolled out to help support the second phase to prevent the second wave of infections. The application was developed by the Ministry of Digital Economy and Society and will be administered by the Department of Disease Control of the Ministry of Public Health. Basically, it's a voluntary check-in tool with QR code and also for consumers to rate the safety and compliance of establishments like restaurants. Another feature is also the free testing of COVID to be provided to those who use the application if they checked in at a particularly crowded venue where an infection case is later found. Of course, it's meant for public health, as a public health tool to prevent any new spread. So this was touched upon in the CCSA meeting as well. Also, regarding the laws, the emergency decree versus the usual laws during this period, that will be repeatedly assessed, which according to what is most appropriate. So right now, of course, we still have the emergency decree under this situation. The meeting also discussed the various possible scenarios, which we presented to you a few weeks ago, actually. Three scenarios, the most relaxed, the moderate relaxed, and not relaxing at all. So the best scenario in this level of relaxation as of today for now would be the one with 70% reduction of transmission rate leading to that. So certain measures and then still leading to a moderate level of relaxation. And the Ministry of Public Health will continue to monitor the situation closely to ensure that their assessment is based on relevant data. For the relaxation measures itself, as mentioned, first of all of this would be finalized and published in the Royal Gazette, and that would be making it applicable for this Sunday, May the 17th. And the information I have for you might not be exhaustive, but after this, of course, there will be a summary on media as well as published in the Royal Gazette as well. So on the relaxation measures, there are clusters of businesses in this green cluster, which has medium risk level or moderate risk level, but quite a high economic benefit. So these clusters of business in the green cluster would be relaxed. Some of the economic activities will open additionally from phase 1, such as restaurants, but of course with various measures still in place. And department stores, for example, in general, most of the stores in the department stores will be open with certain restrictions, such as like no bowling alleys and the like, and also the closure at 2000 hours or 8 p.m. Some venues in the big department stores will not be open. Of course, that's in the detail of it. In terms of the beauty clinics, only certain types would be included in this cluster, not including beauty clinics that deal directly with facial beauty services because of course, the proximity of the service to the face of the customer. Including the exercise cluster as well, sports not more than 3 people and without spectators. There's a lot of detail in this, and as I mentioned, this is not exhaustive, and it will come out in print and also in media after it is published in the Royal Gazette. So, for example, gym in condos, only use of free weights. For swimming pools, it would be those that are open air, and they would have to have staff present in order to limit the number of persons using the pool, and only for exercise for a limited time. Also for meeting venues in hotels, but with limitations, like when you have big meetings and conferences, sometimes you have the coffee breaks and everything, all those detailed restrictions, not to have people congregate too much. So perhaps in terms of social distancing and hybrid with video conferencing. So meeting in hotels, but with restrictions. Also public libraries, galleries, and national museums with restrictions. And then for the television and video recording crew with limitation in numbers, that would be around 10 persons in the studio, in this studio. And then with the back office for the production crew, not over 50 people. And as mentioned, the curfew to be relaxed from 11 p.m. To 4 a.m. And of course, this is pending the finalization and the publication as policy in the Royal Gazette. And lastly, for the meeting, they talked about the inter-provincial travel, which is still not permitted. So basically, this is the summary of the meeting of the CCSA this morning. I'll move on now to the general situation in Thailand. Today we have confirmed case, around 7 confirmed cases. The additional number of cases are those who have traveled back from abroad, particularly Pakistan, and are now in state quarantine. So that's 6 male person Thais and 1 female aged between 17 to 31, returning on the 7th of May from the repatriation flight from Pakistan. But rest assured, they are in the state quarantine system, so the further infection, of course, is controlled. So this makes the number of total cumulative cases in Thailand 3,025, recoveries 2,854, as you see on the English language slide, which accounts to over 94% now of those confirmed cases. 94% of all cases in Thailand have recovered or been discharged. Remaining is 115 persons in treatment in hospital and 0 fatalities. No additional fatalities to report to you for today. In terms of observations, the PUI, the spokesperson mentioned about the persons under investigation, the PUI, they have, in general, a positive rate of not over 2% for those PUI and being further infected, not over 2%. You may also remember that we showed you slides and talked about the new normal quite often. The spokesperson also repeated that quite often. These guidelines, of course, continue to be relevant even when we are moving and transitioning towards the second phase on this Sunday, and may actually be more relevant as more venues are open for service. So abiding by the different recommendations in the new normal during the COVID crisis will help prevent the second wave of infection from occurring. And every single person has an important role to play and contribution to make to continue to maintain this positive trend in Thailand, a positive number. We had 0 new infection, and then 1, and then now 7. So hope that we'll move down towards 0 quite often in the coming days and forever. Moving on to the issue of the violations and in terms of compliance measures. The spokesperson also mentioned the overall picture through some slides that we have every day. It reveals that around the 3rd to the 14th of May, the duration in the past weeks, a total of over 198,000 business establishments were inspected, of which over 4,000 or 2.19% did not meet the recommended requirements in terms of business clusters. For establishments that did not violate the measures but were not in full compliance, the number is over 40,000, which is around 21%. So not meeting the actual per se, not meeting the requirements is 2%, but not in full compliance. Not in full compliance is 21%. So again, that's a concern for the government because less than complete compliance means less than effective protection for our public. So as we move towards the second phase of relaxation of measures this Sunday, compliance continues to be critical in ensuring the safety of the venues for the public. And the spokesperson also mentioned about the violations in terms of legal violations in which drinking continues to be the main violation in terms of the curfew violation at nighttime. Of course, now, we repeat, is not the time to let our guard down. So let's continue to be compliant with the various measures announced in terms of businesses and the general public. For repatriation of Thai nationals from the 15th to the 22nd of May, it is projected that around 24 more flights will be arriving in from countries like India, Germany, Argentina, Qatar, Algeria, Japan, Bahrain, the details of which you can see on the slide on screen at the moment. We also have activities of the various embassies around the world continuing to assist Thai nationals returning throughout this month and next month. The image we have, first image we have is about a repatriation operation of 197 Thai nationals from Dhaka, Bangladesh. Our ambassador and staff pictured here are at Hazrat Shah Jalal Airport in Bangladesh, sending off Thai nationals repatriating. Also, we have an image of the Consul General and the Deputy Consul General in Osaka, Japan, busy preparing masks and relevant items to send off to the Thai community in Kansai in Japan. Next, an image of the Consul General, the Consulate General in Frankfurt, Germany, assisting Thai nationals for their repatriation. The office has also brought necessary items, food, drinks, and items for the 80 Thai nationals returning. These nationals are traveling from 9 different countries. Thai persons traveling from 9 different countries in Europe, including the UK, Croatia, Sweden, and etc., who transited through Frankfurt to take the same repatriation flight back to Bangkok and arriving here yesterday on the 14th of May. Just one short anecdote as a good news story for you. We see in some news reports that some restaurant has reopened after phase 1 of restriction, and it made news because it found an innovative way to provide customers with dining companions, but safe dining companions. As you can see on screen, this has apparently made the news around the world as well. And it's been successful with many diners already who knows, this may be a trend for the various business restaurants around the world. So the relaxation of the second phase is also a time for many creative ideas to help support one another in this challenging time. The spokesperson also today received a couple of questions from the press in the studio today after this the CCSA meeting that we had today. And most of the inquiries I had mentioned in the summary of the CCSA meeting already, including the beginning of the second phase, the green phase business group relaxation, which is this Sunday, the 17th. Also the adjustment of the curfew to begin at 2300 hours until 0400 hours, starting this Sunday as well. And the non-exhaustive list of business clusters that will be included in the second phase of easing of restrictions. But reminding you once again that the complete information will be coming out after today and will be published in the Royal Gazette to be formalized as a measure of the Royal Thai government. So in conclusion, your contribution continues to be very important in supporting the new normal in Thailand through this second phase as we transition to the second phase. It will continue to be important. It will count significantly. And so we thank you once again for joining us in finding the balance in the new normal, for your patience and your contribution thus far, because of course we will be stronger than any second wave, and we, meaning all persons in Thailand, Thais, and everybody who calls Thailand home. So thank you very much again for your attention. We'll be back to provide you with a summary every day, and hope you have a very restful weekend and stay strong and stay safe and stay for each other. Thank you very much. ขอบคุณครับ สวัสดีครับ